Good morning everyone, it's probably good afternoon I should imagine by now. This is an interesting day because I'm actually filming another video. Look, see, what I'm doing is I'm having a little play around because you know I had these batteries that wouldn't take a charge. Well, I've been playing around with them and I'm actually filming a separate video on how to get them to go again. This one I haven't done anything on yet. It's got some charge in it, but it's it won't actually make anything work, and if you plug it in the charger says the battery's no good, so I haven't really done much on that one yet. But this one was completely dead. There was nothing in it whatsoever, no voltage whatsoever, and I've managed to make it take a charge. All I've done was took some power from the power supply, took the battery apart, charged each of the cells up to about 10 volts combined, and then put it on the old charger, and it takes a charge again. So hopefully it's going to take a full charge and it'll be fully done. But I'm doing an actual separate video on this, so because I think it's going to be a helpful video to help people actually you know, get their Ryobi batteries back to life again. Because what happens is there's a circuit board inside here. I'll explain briefly. There's a circuit board inside the battery, and because they're lithium-ion batteries, they can't go down below a certain voltage per cell, and if they do, they're completely ruined. So there's a circuit board in there that protects the cells and stops them from going down to a certain voltage. It cuts the tool out, or whatever it is you're using, and it cuts that out and stops them from going too low, otherwise they won't work again. Well, sometimes in Ryobi batteries, because they're cheap, they're good, but they are cheap and they don't always work every time, and it's not uncommon for them to go too low. I mean, I had it a couple of times. That little one there, went down too low, and I revived that one. That one's done it. That one so far has been alright. That's not a genuine Ryobi battery though, but this one has done it. But I've managed to get it to take a charge now, so hopefully that will take a full charge and we'll be up and running and good to go. But like I said, there's going to be a full actual video dedicated just to this, no rubbish in between like my usual videos are. It's not looking good for this battery, I'm afraid. I mean, I've just finished filming the whole video for how to restore them, and it did restore it, but then it went back into its old ways again, and now it's currently not wanting to charge very well at all. It's not charging in the fast charger either. So, but it went in the mower. It went wonderful in the mower. There was no problem. I put it in the mower, cut the whole grass, and I put it in the strimmer, trimmed all around the edge and done everything. And I thought, oh, this is wonderful, this is working, this is absolutely brilliant. And then I thought, so I put it back in the charger, and it went back to the old one flashing light thing, and I'm thinking, oh no, it's not working again. But it might take a few charges up and down perhaps to get it to go back into its rhythm of being healthy. I mean, I don't know, but it's worth a go. Batteries can be very, very, very temperamental, especially lithium-ion. Lithium-ion can be very temperamental, and you know, I'm surprised they haven't worked out technology to make them more reliable. Oh, well, this one was, as you'll see, you may well have already seen, or you may be going to see, I don't know yet, this battery now is full of beans. Look, that's absolutely fantastic. So that one's alright. I've got this one back on the charger now. I'm taking it apart. Look, I've got all the security bits. I'm taking it apart, giving it a bit of a go now, so we're going to see what happens. But I've got my SGS little toolkit here, my blade, because I'm going to go and put the old blade on. Put the old blade on the old strimmer tomorrow, and we're going to go a bit of strimming, so, or blading, or whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to give it a bit of a check over, make sure everything's all right from the last time I used it. I didn't really get to use it very much, did I? Last time. It's never going to focus on it. I don't know why it won't. Oh, it's because I've got the. There we go. Autofocus was turned off. What an idiot. Why do I have that turned off, I wonder? Anyway, there it is. Going to give it a bit of a check over. Finally sold that clutch, by the way. It's all been sold. We've got that new bit on the back there. That new on the end. That new. They sent me the whole new lower. What do they call that? Lower shaft, with a new spool on it and everything. I've got, that's my original guard with the little cutter thing on it, but they sent me a new spool, and obviously got some new wire and stuff in it. The old spool's down there. I'm going to nick the bit of wire that I put in it and take that off. I cable tied that throttle cable and the little wire, cable tied it to this shaft there because, well, I didn't like the idea of it sort of hanging around, and I would have done that anyway, so cable tied that there nicely, and I think it's you know, I quite like it. It's really nice. So what I might do tomorrow is I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to film another review, but have it as like the second half, because I didn't really get to finish it, did I? I didn't really get to finish my actual proper review video. I mean, obviously I put the video up because I felt it was honest, because I was doing a review, I went out to test it and it didn't work as it should do, so that's why I put that video up. But I think it's probably a nice idea to go out. I've got a new part now. This strimmer should be 100% perfect now. Obviously I'm going to take the blade as well this time, and I'm going to do a bit of blading, and we'll cut a few of the bigger weeds down. But this should be an actual proper good test and review of it. So we'll see how it goes. It should be nice. I'm excited anyway. There's still loads of stuff to be cut down. It should all be good. Also, we're going to take that little Husqvarna, that 39R, along as well. Do a bit of the lighter grass with that, because that hasn't got a blade for it. Well, I've got a blade for mine, so the plan is my brother's going to go on that one. He's going to do like the bits of grass and the more shallower, weaker weeds, and I'm going to come along and cut the bigger ones with the blade, and we should get quite a lot of it done. It should be quite good. It looks like this one's going to be the end of the line for this battery. It smelled a little bit burning when I went inside there to have a look. I did give it some power from the old power supply from the PSU. I did give it some power, bring it up to about 18, nearly 19 volts. But it's still not interested in charging for some reason. So it might be the end of the line for this one. When I opened it up, it smelled of burning inside there, and when it stopped working, it smelled of burning as well. So it was a very, very hot day when it stopped working. I mean, it was about 36 degrees outside, and it was I had it on a chainsaw, and so it probably overheated, and it's become the end of the line for it. I don't think I'm going to be able to revive this one, but the other one's revived alright. It's in this fan, and that one's going okay now, so we should be alright with that one. But I think this one has come to the end of its life, unfortunately. Yeah, look, there, we've got it out of the case now. This is all the batteries that you get in that one, and you've got to be so careful with these lithium ion ones. I mean, any battery you've got to be careful with, because any of them can explode or whatever if you treat them improperly. But lithium ion can explode quite a lot. But lithium polymer, they will literally, they're very volatile. They will they'll explode into a big fireball very easily. I know that because I had them for my RC cars. So you've got to be very careful. But these lithium ion, they're a little bit more forgiving, but you know, you still got to be extremely careful with them. But these are all the batteries that you get, and each one of those is a cell, and you can see them all here. Look, you've got 1 cell, 2 cell, excuse a screwdriver, 1 cell, 2 cell, 3 cell, 4 cell, 5 cell, 6 cell, 7 cell, 8 cell, 9 cell. You've got 10 of them in, well, you can see that anyway, there's 10 there, and yeah, that's that. So if each one of those goes below about 1.7 volts, it won't charge and it won't work properly, so you have to see which ones are what. Holy moly, I've just realised that's what the burning smell was that I smelled. I knew there was a bit of a burning smell. That must have been what it was. That comes around to the back of it. On the back of the batteries down there, look. That's there somewhere. There's no sign of anything burnt on the actual battery pack itself, but that's it's very burnt and melted inside the case, isn't it? So that's what that was. That's the burning smell that I smelled. That melted away. That must have got really quite hot. Oh well. I'll take that back when I said there's no evidence of anything being burnt. There's very clear evidence of some burnage taking place. That's quite burnt there, and it's actually all burnt away as well. So that's what that is. I don't quite know what that does, but I'm guessing it's something to do with the regulation of voltage, something to do with the regulation of something, because it's stopping it from working. It will work in the fan, it won't work in a drill, and it won't charge. So whatever that is, that's the culprit. It's melted and it's now stopping it from working. So the batteries themselves are all 3.7 volts each. Exactly. So it's not the cells, it's not anything like that. It's whatever that thing is there, that culprit. That's the problem. That's what's stopping it from working. So, what I'm going to do, because I like to try and fix things if I can, and I like to try and learn something new if I can learn something new, I'm going to find out what that little thing there does. And I'm going to try and get a new one. Looks like I can unscrew the bottom of it to get that little mount off. It's like got a little mount or support or something there. And all I've got to do is unsolder it from the board and re-solder it back on. So that will be very simple. Well, I'm very good at soldering. Well, not very good at it, but I'm perfectly capable at soldering. So I can do that. I'm just going to find out what it does and what it is, so I can go and buy another one. That's what I've got to do. So that's the next job, to go and have a look to see what that's all about. And if any of you can tell me exactly what that's called, what it does, and where I can get one, please do let me know. Thank you.
Well, you win some, you lose some.